And our profile for this week, Rana Vig, joins us in the studio for an interview.
Over the last 20 years, the ethnic media has gone from a handful of businesses to a multi-million-dollar industry.
The South Asian community in Canada has a vibrant newspaper scene, but magazines always seem to have a tough time surviving.
However, one South Asian magazine has single-handedly changed the face of the ethnic publishing industry. The man behind it all, Rana Vig.
There's no problems in life, only challenges.
Rana Vig is a man who wears many hats: father, son, community leader, and the publisher of Mehfil Magazine, Canada's highest-profile South Asian magazine. Since its launch in 1993, Mehfil has become the gold standard for ethnic publications with its glossy pages, professional photography, and high level of journalism. Still owned and run by Rana and brother Minto, the Vigs decided from the onset to make the magazine the very best.
That goes back to a belief that's instilled, in us by our parents. I mean, if we're going to do something, it's got to be of something of value. It's got to be, we're not followers. I don't know if we're leaders, but we're certainly not followers. We want to do something. We want to make an impact, and that's been in any business that we've ever done. We've always handled premium products in our other businesses. We certainly weren't going to change this year. That's our belief. I mean, if you're going to do something, do it well.
We invest a lot of time and energy and money into making sure that everything from the paper that it's printed on. We use professional photographers, we use seasoned reporters, journalists. We follow Canadian press style guidelines, and we want to have a product that anyone can pick up and read and be able to say that, yeah, this is a good quality publication that is on par with anything that's out there on the newsstand.
Rana was born in Punjab, India, and his family immigrated to Canada in the 1970s. For many immigrants, especially South Asians, those early years were a challenge.
We grew up in a very difficult time in the 70s. I mean, that's when racism was, it was not hidden. If you'd walk down the street, you'd be driving down, people would roll down their windows and they'd yell, Paki, go home, Hindu. So it was a very difficult time, So when we, grew up, wanted to do something with our life, this is something that's always been sort of in the back of our head, is how can we do something to make a difference?
The school that I went to as a kid, there was only one other Indian kid there. I think the school that Rana went to, he was the only Indian kid there, so we faced a lot of challenges. I don't think when I was a kid, there wasn't a week that went by that I didn't get into some kind of a fight, scuffle. I wasn't harassed on my way home or something. So growing up in that kind of an environment, we thought as we were older that it would have been nice to have some kind of a magazine or a show or a newspaper that would highlight some of the positive role models, because we never saw any Indians that were successful, really.
There was nobody to tell who we are, what we are doing, and where we are going.
To ensure the South Asian community had an outlet and means to show positive role models and celebrate success, Rana and his family started Mehfil Magazine.
How can we do something to make a difference? What can we do for our children? And things change. You grow up, you get married, you have kids. Your perspective changes. And I've just always loved magazines. So we thought this would be a neat way. With the color, the gloss, it would be a neat way to try to bring forth some of the more positive aspects of the Indian community. Well, I don't think there's enough positive stuff in the media. Just pick up any newspaper, anything, and we're so inundated with with gang violence, with drug problems, and I think that's what's highlighted constantly, in the media. And I guess that's news, so they have to report it. So I'm not being critical of them, but that's what they have to do. Mehfil Magazine's role is to provide the balance, to say, hey, we're not all bad. There's lots of positives, lots of successes, and not just successes in business, but in the arts. In all sorts of areas, in the sports.
For Rana and Minto, who come from a marketing and science background, starting a brand new magazine from the ground up was foreign territory.
Well, the greatest challenge, probably was the fact that we don't come from this background, and neither myself or Minto are journalists. We're business people. So to try to, bring a standard that we wanted to bring to the community without having that kind of experience, certainly was a challenge. But I'm very blessed. I've got an incredible support team. Mintu is absolutely amazing. We had to be careful that because we didn't have that background, how we would put this product, how it forward. But the team makes the whole difference. So I think it's been quite smooth. I think surprisingly smooth.
The Vig brothers have put in a tremendous amount of effort to ensure that Mehfil remains a consistently high-quality magazine.
Well, there's obviously a lot of time and energy and a lot of money that goes into it. But the reason why we've kept the quality high, and as I was saying, it kind of surprises me when people ask us that, or they're surprised that, oh, your magazine looks, it's on par with a Time magazine or Maclean's or any other national magazine that you'd pick off the newsstand. And I think that goes maybe back a little bit to our background in business, Rana's background in sales and marketing, and just our own thought that if we came across a magazine, what are the reasons we would pick it up? It would have to look good, it would have to feel good, it would have to read well.
The visual aspect of Mehfil Magazine is extremely important because, one of the challenges with ethnic media that I find, Ray, is that it's not put together very well. So one of the first things that mainstream audiences look at is, the visual component of something, whether it's a newspaper or a television program or a publication like ours, a magazine. So we put a lot of emphasis, a lot of effort into the photography, into the actual production of it. How is it going to look that's going to best fit our audience? And we are a very different kind of a publication. We hit 3 generations typically under one roof because Indian families are often joint families. Mehfil Magazine has to always keep its standard way above everybody else. I think that if you produce something of quality, it doesn't matter what competition comes your way, you're always going to survive, you're always going to do well.
More on our profile of Rana Vig when we come back. You're watching South Asian Focus.
See you after the break. Welcome back to South Asian Focus. I'm Salma Dinani.
And I'm Dean Atwell. Now we rejoin our profile on publisher Rana Vig.
Mehfil Magazine was well received in the South Asian community, and unlike its many competitors and imitators, it's managed to thrive since its inception. However, with so many business ventures on the horizon, the magazine went on hiatus.
I'm not sure if we ever really thought we'd ever come back, because we thought, we've done this for the community, we have other businesses, let's pass on the torch, let's give it to somebody else, let's let them run with it. We've sort of done our thing for a few years and hopefully we made some impact. But wherever we went, any social function, anywhere, people would still talk about it. I would still meet people and they'd say, hey, that magazine, how come I don't get that anymore? And we were intrigued by that, we must have made some significant impact if people are still talking about it 3, 4, 5 years later.
To keep up with the fast pace of work and family life, Rana strives to find a balance.
Well, I think spirituality is the calming factor in my life. I mean, I'm not, religious in the sense that I have to go to the temple every day or on some sort of a regiment, a schedule. But my parents have always taught me, the basic values, and I think the religion is really that, because I'm I guess in some ways a sort of a type A personality, because I'm in marketing, I'm in sales, I'm always go, 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 go. In order to balance your family life, you really have to kind of pull back. So I think that for me, that's what spirituality is. That's what allows me to step back and allow me to kind of calm down. The sacrifice that it takes to be in any business really, is tremendous. In our business, it's certainly immense because, we're always faced with deadlines. Even though we're producing every other month, just deadlines seem to be always upon us. We know that there are certain times that we have to absolutely set aside for our children. We know that we've got to, really have that quality time in with them. And there's really no other way. I mean, it's really, if you don't schedule it, it's just not going to happen.
One of the strengths of Mehfil is its cross-cultural appeal and the approach it takes to the different communities and religions that make up Canada's South Asian diaspora. Although religion itself doesn't play a direct role in the magazine or in Rana's life, South Asian culture definitely does.
I am a Sikh, but I don't know if I feel that I'm a Sikh all the time, consciously, every single minute of my daily working life. But I do feel that I'm Indian every day because I'm reminded of it, you know, wherever I go. From the food we eat to the music I listen to. You know, my son loves butter chicken. Any minute, anytime he has an opportunity to take me out to a restaurant. I mean, our clients, all our restaurants clients, of course, are Indian. So I'm surrounded by you know, this community that I'm heavily involved with. So I'm reminded every single minute, you know, that I am. Yes, I'm Canadian, but I'm Indian.
Mehfil is a magazine that's for all religions. It's for, you know, the focus is for people that have a background that can trace their roots back to India. So in India, you've got people from all different religions, really from all different cultures, and it's quite a multicultural country. So you've got people that speak all different languages as well. And you know, our family is quite open. My parents are traditional Sikh. They're traditional Sikh parents, and we were raised as Sikhs. And you know, one of the tenets of Sikhism is to respect other religions.
The magazine has gained attention from the mainstream media, who now look at Mehfil as a window to the South Asian community.
I have to tell you that Mehfil Magazine, you know, as I flip through it, brings real class to the Indo-Canadian community. It has an environment in it that is just very mainstream and very modern. A lot of the publications that I'm seeing from the Indo-Canadian community right now they're very cluttered, they're very busy. But when I look at Mehfil, I have to tell you that I believe that it sort of brings the real beauty out in the culture. And somebody like myself that doesn't have a lot of relations within the Indo-Canadian community can look at this and really get a good understanding of what the community is about. Nobody is actually able to produce a magazine that has this high quality and brings, like I said, such a class to the community itself.
The South Asian community has long been known for its entrepreneurial spirit, and Mehfil Magazine provides a valuable, high-quality outlet for a growing market of businesses and advertisers.
I think Mehfil Magazine played the biggest role in my success, in the role I have as a mortgage specialist. It's a magazine that holds everything in it, you know, from recipes to you name it, community events. I mean, who hasn't heard of Mehfil, right? So if you're going to spend your money, you might as well put it on Mehfil.
It's a great magazine, I think, from both the content perspective and the integrity of the publication. So when we have clients that want to reach the South Asian community, we would recommend that they advertise in Mehfil because it reaches such a wide audience. I think the magazine's great because it gives such a wide range of issues, both from an economic, political issues within our community, social issues within our community, gender issues. It deals with issues that are important or top of mind for South Asians. I think they deal with it from a very professional, neutral perspective, so you do get a wide range of opinions. So I think that gives a lot of credibility.
One of the signatures of South Asian culture is the strong extended family structure, and it plays a large role in the success of Mehfil Magazine.
Without support of the family, it's very hard to succeed in any business or any venture, because then you are fighting inside the family all the time, and most of your energy is wasted in that. And I am very proud of what we have done collectively. Every business we did, we sat down, we brainstormed, and then everybody agreed, then we went ahead. And the same thing in this one. See, Rana, Rupa, Mintu, Hardeep, and I would say 5 of us are heavily involved in it. And I think that's the main reason for the success behind this magazine. Otherwise, it's very, very expensive. And I think that's the main reason other people can't succeed.
Now a successful publisher, a well-respected community member, and a role model for aspiring young entrepreneurs, Rana Vig has a great deal in store for himself as well as Mehfil Magazine.
Oh, there's lots and lots of things. You know, I'm only. Somebody told me one time that if life was like a football game, you know, you're not even at halftime yet. So I've got a lot of years to go yet, and there's lots of things left to do. You know, I'd like to you know, do a lot of things with my kids. You know, travel. There's lots of things that we want to do. I want to really have an opportunity to have them experience some of the things that I was never able to experience. There's lots of personal goals and lots of stuff that we got to do, you know, through our business ventures yet. But you got to stay tuned for that.